Thank you for sliding by the We Need to Talk YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, click the bell, subscribe, comment, and share. We need to talk. Let's watch the clip.
Well, he's known for his anti-Semitic and racist rhetoric, but instead of condemning faith leader Removes Farrakhan, some on the left are openly embracing him. Al Sharpton, Black Lives Matter, and the new Black Panther Party are set to hold a protest in our nation's capital today, defending a man who said this.
Here the Jews don't like Farrakhan, so they call me Hitler. Well, that's a good name. Hitler was a very great man. Your country has been taken from you by the synagogue of Satan, the satanic Jews. Because you see, white people deserve to die. White folks are going down.
This as a number of Democratic lawmakers come under fire for their ties to Farrakhan, including Minnesota Congressman and DNC co-chair Keith Ellison. He doubled down this weekend. He wrote, "This is a smear by factions on the right who want to pit the Jewish community and the black community against each other." Here to weigh in is the president of the Black Conservative Federation, Deontay Johnson. Thank you so much for being with us, Deontay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. What was your response to Congressman Keith Ellison's article in the Medium?
Well, you know, it's so funny because, you know, Farrakhan has been celebrated in the Democrat community for far so long, and yet he's been saying these crazy statements. Now, let's go back. If President Trump would have made these comments, we would have had saying, black Republicans need to stand up against it. This is a shame. How do you support someone that talks like this? How do you support someone with this much hate? Farrakhan has been showing hate since he has started, and this is something that needs to be stopped, and it needs to be condemned.
Well, if you read the article, Congressman Ellison, he says it's not true, that he's not affiliated with Farrakhan, that they did cross paths a few times. He said no relationship to him. A decade ago, there was a brief chance encounter in D.C. He hasn't seen Farrakhan since 2013. But then the Indianapolis Star ran a story saying that Congressman Andrew Carson met with Farrakhan in 2015, a few years later after Ellison said he didn't meet with him. And then Farrakhan said that he had met with Carson and Ellison, that he had a meeting with both of them. So is he trying to have it both ways? Is he trying to separate himself now because he has more political aspirations in the future? Why do you think he's coming out saying he's not connected to him now?
Well, you know what, I say it like this. It's so funny because, you know, he said a lot in his article. I read the article. But you know what? He never yet once condemned the actions of what he said. He never condemned anything that was said. And so as far as I'm concerned, he still agrees with it. But it goes back to the Charlottesville incident that he brought up, is that they wanted the president to call it how he saw it. They wanted the president to say what he saw, say what happened, and they wanted him to call out the alt-right. They wanted him to call out all of the white supremacists. But you know what? They're not doing the same thing. We have to stop this double standard. It has to stop.
Yeah, I want to ask you about the double standard. Congressman Danny Davis, Democrat from Illinois, he said that Farrakhan does outstanding work, but white people are not devils and Jewish people are not satanic. Now, if the shoe were on the other foot, if Republicans were in a situation like this, what would be the case? Is there hypocrisy there?
Oh, the Republicans would have gotten eaten alive. We would have been all over the news. Every news station would have picked it up. Every Black Lives Matter group would have been protesting. If President Trump would have said something like this, we could imagine what would happen. Like I said, it's a double standard. And I think that the Democratic leaders of Congress, the Democrat Party needs to condemn these actions, and they need to stand up and be big men and women and be brave and point this. This is something that happens, and so they need to call it out.
Deontay, thanks for being with us.